horrible, horrible human beings that try to scare and terrify pregnant people who come to them for help, who are desperate.
The FBI is hunting a new domestic terror threat, abortion rights activists. That's right, folks. That's the FBI. Our FBI at work is going after all these abortion rights terrorists. Following a concerted effort by Republicans to pressure law enforcement agencies to target activists supporting the right to abortion, the FBI dramatically increased its caseload on abortion-related domestic terrorism. Now, if you're thinking to yourself right now, I don't know if I've heard of a pro-abortion rights domestic terror act, then you'd be right. Because there hasn't really been.
Yeah, isn't it the quote-unquote pro-lifers that will attack people and burn down clinics where women go to get care, including cancer screenings?
Yeah.
That's terrorism.
The FBI opened nearly 10 times as many investigations into cases of abortion-related domestic terrorism than it had in 2021, a new internal report reveals. While the report doesn't say how many of those incidents were motivated by support for reproductive rights and how many were anti-abortion, pro-abortion terrorism is sweeping the nation, said Marco Rubio. He wrote a column and he lamented that only after the outcry from the pro-life community did the FBI announce an investigation into Jane's Revenge, a small group of activists that firebombed an anti-abortion pregnancy center in 2021. Now, here's the thing. Even if these people actually did what they're accused of, even if they burned down or tried to burn down an anti-abortion pregnancy center, this is a tiny, tiny exception that proves the rule. This is not a scourge or wave of pro-abortion fire bombings going on, and no one was killed or seriously injured in the attack, or in the whatever it was. Property destruction. Rubio's column then cited roughly 50 attacks on anti-abortion activists and institutions, linking to a list posted by the Anti-Abortion Family Research Council. Apart from the Jane's Revenge action, most or all of the cases enumerated in that list were simple vandalism, which is generally like someone spray painting on something or, throwing a rock through a window.
There were a lot of those. I saw images on Instagram and things like that of people, spray painting on these because these centers, they basically claim to be reproductive centers where women can go to get advice and get help and support. But what happens when you get there is that they talk to you about how terrible abortion is and how you'd be a murderer if you do it. Like they are horrible, horrible human beings that try to scare and terrify pregnant people who come to them for help, who are desperate. These people should be fucking locked away on some goddamn deserted island. I hate them so much. So if you just think about like how much, okay, I have just like so much rage, and if spray painting fuck your face on their door, or like I wish you'd been aborted or whatever the fuck, like you might think, hey, well, now they're gonna have to pay for a new door. Great.
But
pay for a new fucking door.
But beyond that, to me, the larger point is there's no domestic terrorism in this list. Terrorism. They have a list of 50 things they claim are domestic terrorism, and it's like simple vandalism. Meanwhile, there are actually mass shooters out there.
Not only that, I mean, mass shooters, and how much is the percentage of cops who fucking beat their spouses? There's rape. Do you have any idea how many rape kits go untested because there's just not enough people to fucking test them? Is that not horrific? Is that not something that should be addressed? And meanwhile, we're going after people who spray painted, I don't know, fuck you, on a door to an institution that is trying to terrify pregnant people. Like, what the fuck? The priorities are just so backwards. And I mean, this is not anything surprising, of course, with the FBI. They go after people who demand peace and demand that Black people get treated like human beings and demand that women have a right to control our bodies.
And those who weaponize free speech.
Right. This is what the FBI does. It is, and it's very on
brand.
On brand, thank you. For the FBI, which is a domestic terrorism institution, to be going after people demanding justice as domestic terrorists. It's very meta.